Hey everyone, and welcome back to Women's Weekly. We are in the final week of June, which means today we will possibly get to see who comes away with their second tournament win for this month and therefore gets a $50 bounty in their name. So we've got 3 teams going at it today. Let's get right into it. So today we've got 3 teams going at it. We have Full Send, Meow Meow, and Pulse, of which we have multiple return players who have each secured 1 tournament win for the month of June. So they have an opportunity to possibly bring home some prize money with today's tournament victory. For now though, it looks like we've got Meow Meow and Pulse going up against each other in a best of 3 semifinal to determine who is going to move up against Full Send in the grand finals. So let's get right into watching these games. Game number 1 is underway in this best of 3 semifinals, and we've got Pulse on one side and Meow Meow on the other. And this means that we are going to have a victor out of these 2 that is going to move on into the finals. Full Send is already waiting in the wings to see who is going to come away with the victory here and who are they are going to be against going forward in that best of 5. But for now, we've got these 6 ladies on the pitch facing off on Neo Tokyo, seeing who is going to reign supreme, and it almost looks like that's going to result in a goal. The demo very well played on the defensive line, but nothing came away with it, and Pulse survived for now. Now let's get into it and introduce the players we have on the pitch. We have the ever-present Pulse at this point. You know, they've competed in Women's Weekly many times now, taking victories almost just as much as they've competed. They have a very good win record in this tournament, and it doesn't matter if they have their full roster or they get a few subs in, they are willing to sign up and play and go against the best of Women's Weekly that we have to offer. And that is going to be consistent of Maggie, Nessa, and today their sub, makaylynn, who is also a member of Pulse, but we usually don't see her on the pitch as the Pulse ladies have a pretty solid squad running here. Usually we see Glbbous as the 3rd, but it looks like she's sitting out today, not available, and makaylynn is going to sub in for her. So one thing to point out is that both Maggie and Nessa have 1 tournament win for the month of June, as that almost results in a goal. That was a crazy goal line happenstance, but Ninji is going to score anyways and move us on into introducing the other roster. It looks like we've got multiple Ninjis on the field. These guys are working to convince or confuse me of which player is which, but the ping will tell all, as we have Mythra, Pads, and Ninji as the Meow Meow roster. And by clan tags or ping, we are going to be able to discern who is who. But so far, we're going to check out the ping because we do have 2 EU players on the pitch right now. And it looks like they have gotten a questionable server. 108 is very good for NA East servers of EU players connecting to that. But so far, still trying to discern who is who. It looks like maybe we're gonna do some investigating here. Oh no, they even changed their clan tags around that I'm not aware of. Okay, so CRL Worlds, that's got to be Pads. You know, the other player is Mythra, but we're just gonna call them all Ninji. Love to be trolled and am gonna embrace it. And that is Nessa coming away with the first goal. Give me a second here. I gotta check a couple settings. That's off and my chat is on. Okay, so I can see everything that I need to see for these games. But we have an even game going into the final 2 minutes. It looks like these players are pretty evenly matched, even though there is a ping disadvantage on the Meow Meow side. All the various Ninjis on the pitch are going to be working extra hard to try to make sure that that does not affect their chance at winning. And we are going to see them showing that so far it doesn't matter. Ninji scoring 1 into the middle of the net off of that great challenge in front of the goal line. And Pulse are going to have to try to make a comeback in the later half of this game to see if they can come away with for game 1 advantage. Now, in a best of 3, as we always have up to the finals, which are best of 5 in Women's Weekly, it is I cannot stress enough how important it is to win the first game, because having been a player who has competed in best of threes myself, it is very hard mentally to try to think you lose one and you're already, you know, on the road to elimination. Whereas best of 5, best of 7, that gives you a little bit of wiggle room to adjust to your team, you know, see how everybody's playing on the day. So if Pulse don't come away with this first win, they're gonna have to have a war room discussion in the 60-second lobby screen to see how they can make a comeback. But so far, like we have seen, this game is a pretty even matchup, and that is going to mean that maybe they don't have to discuss too much. We have even pressure on both sides. Pulse right now trying to make a play on the net, but a long clear is going to go all the way down to Ninji on the other end. Maggie making the save, and this stops the push for now. Another good attempt from Team Meow Meow, but Pulse are going to stop it. Now we have a loose ball in the corner. 50-50 determines that Nessa comes away with the play, and Ninji waiting on the mid boost to take possession of that. It's gonna fly out into the middle. Another Ninji up early, and she can even put it into the goal for a third. Now with only 17 seconds remaining, it looks like Pulse have got to call this one a wrap and just move on into the second game, where they are going to be fighting for their tournament lives. Meow Meow have put up a pretty good performance in this first game, you know, starting off hot and securing their first victory against Pulse to try to move on into the finals. But that is a late game goal from Pulse. It's a lob off of the demo from Maggie that is going to go into the net. Meow Meow nowhere to be seen on defense, and Pulse, though they have a slim chance, there is in fact a chance for them to bring this to even. We're going to see anything going to happen off the kickoff. Maggie's up early. She puts a shot on net. Ninji able to make the save. Makaylynn is going to try to get it back into the middle, but that clear from Ninji 2 is going to force Nessa to try to keep it off the ground. Now it's Maggie alone in defense. She has to keep this high and avoid the physical play. It's going to pinch towards the net. Nobody there to secure the continued lob into the air, and Ninja 2 is going to put in a fourth. That was a good attempt from Pulse, but was not enough to secure the 0-second play as we move into game number 2. For game number 2, we find ourselves on Manfield. Meow Meow with a 1-game advantage. If they take this one, they are going to be moving into the finals against our third team of the bracket, Full Send. Now, will they manage to close this out in 2, or are Pulse going to fight back in this second game to try to take one? It looks like we have a little stall on the plays there. Makaylynn taking her time in the back line, but ultimately Maggie has to fly up for a courageous save. Now she's going to take it slowly out of the corner. That's an opening. Makaylynn gets up to block it, and now it is Ninji, the original, the best of them all, going in for a shot. Ninja 2 flies in, puts it down into the middle. Maggie is going to take advantage of that, and Ninja 3 is able to make the stop, clear into the corner. Makaylynn up on a high air dribble, trying to 50 it past one. She almost connects with her teammate, but it goes wide, and now past Maggie as Ninja 2 moves it down the pitch. Makaylynn, she's going to take this slow, going over to the sidewall, gets it over one, tries to put some pressure on the back wall. Maggie, misreading her takeoff, wasn't able to make a shot attempt on goal for that, and now we're going to see Nessa pop into the middle. Makaylynn shot high and wide, and it is a free ball once again in the middle. Maggie putting a testing shot on net, and it is going to go in for the first goal of this second game. Maggie just able to clear out of the way enough, try to rotate back, that she is able to be in the correct position to put a testing shot on net, and Meow Meow were not ready for it. Now, like we said in the previous game, these teams are pretty evenly matched up, and Pulse, though they have historically been very strong in the Women's Weekly, they are working with the sub, possibly less practice than with their regular Women's Carball teammate. And, you know, some adjusting is going to be going on here, but so far they seem to be shaping up pretty well. Nessa's going to take that out of the midfield, only to go to Ninja 3 as it pops back into the center of the field. That's going to be Makaylynn with the clear. Maggie taking her time. She's going to go back into the back wall, missing her touch, even getting a little pop to slow down the ball on the clear. Maggie, though, doing work. She recovers and clears it all the way downfield for Ninji Original to save. And we have the push downfield from the Ninji squad. Meow trying to take advantage. Ninji popping it back out into the middle to Ninji, and we have a clear from Maggie. Now it's makaylynn trying to make the challenge. Ninji putting it out to the sidewall for Ninji to follow up on. Now it's going to be another pop into the middle. Ninji chasing the people in goal, and Ninji called out in the midfield. That is going to pop online to the net, but Ninji is able to come back and make a diving save. makaylynn, though, she stops progress only long enough for Ninji to clear downfield. That is a receiving pass from the back side wall, and Ninji popping it back into her corner for Ninji to take away. makaylynn making the challenge in the middle, but Ninji 3 was too strong. Nessa's gonna have to retreat to her back corner. That is a pop in front of the mid. Ninji 2 trying to get a touch on it. Ninji Original trying to finish it off, but Nessa is gonna clear it away. Now it's makaylynn on the backboard. She clears down into the middle, into the waiting hands of Ninji 2. Maggie, after avoiding a physical play, has to try to make the save. Now she's going to do even more work for her team, try to intercept that counter. Nessa going to take it safely to the sidewall and defer to Maggie. Ninji 3 losing control of that. Ninji 2 following up with a pop, but the Ninjis have collided in midfield, meaning that the third person in rotation was not available to finish off the play. Maggie, high clear into the back wall. Ninji 3 makes a save, clearing it out into the side and taking possession on the dribble. She pops it high. Maggie is back for the save. That's going to be a free ball in the corner. makaylynn missing her touch out of the middle, but that is going to be a loose into the blue half. Ninji 3 mistiming her launch, and that's going to be a free ball for Nessa. She tries to get the second touch on it, but it is saved away into the corner. Now makaylynn push on net. She gets a demo on the last, but Ninji Original, she has full control of this ball to be able to stall enough for her teammates. makaylynn is going to pop it high in front of the net. Maggie almost making the touch on it, and Nessa has to clean up in the back. Now this is an opportunity. Maggie with the redirect on net. It pops off of the bar and goes out wide. She's alone in defense. Ninji with a long clear down. Nessa has to get in the way of it, and she is. Ninja 2 follows up. Now we have Maggie again on the back line. She flips clear of the ball, forcing makaylynn to make an awkward save into the corner. And that is going to be free for Nessa to dribble down the line. Now we have a play in the corner. Ninja 3 able to make the clear. There's another attempt at the clear off the back wall, but it is going to be a testing shot on net. There's a demo on the offender, and that leaves Meow squad free with the chance to move downfield. Maggie, she's doing just enough though, almost puts in a second. Now we just have to hit the big goal that is the ground, and Pulse have tied the series. We go to a game number 3 to determine the victor who will face Full Send in the finals. We return to Manfield to settle this fight. Each team taking a win in this best of 3, and we have to figure out in the final game who is going to move on to face Full Send in the finals for the final week in the month of June. And Pulse are going to make a great argument for themselves as they start off this game with a goal in the first 10 seconds. That's a great pass into the middle. Maggie there to receive it, and it is going to be the lead for Pulse. They're playing very well right now. After the first game, it looks like they've got a little bit of synergy going. makaylynn fitting nicely as the sub in this Pulse roster, but that is going to be Mythra just forcing it through. Pads there to support her, and it is a goal, an equalizer from Meow. Now finally, blessedly, they have changed their names back from the Ninji Troll, and I no longer have to cast 3 Ninjis on one side of the pitch. Again, this is very great news for me. Hopefully you guys didn't mind that too much, but we roll with the punches here on Women's Weekly, and I am down to take any trolling that the series players want to incorporate into the play as we figure out what is going on in the third game. Pads, she's going to put an attempt on net. Mythra waiting in the middle for the pass, but it is going to be shepherded out into the corner. Now Maggie, she's running upfield, trying to cause some chaos. Nessa has to improvise and stop it at midfield. makaylynn, she was up early for the touch. Maggie with a high clear into the corner, but no follow-up has come through. That's going to be Pads in the back. She's going to handle it herself and even pinch it on net. Maggie responding in time to get the save, and now she's back on defense. Now these players, they're holding under the pressure well so far. These have been relatively low-scoring games for the first two. Are we going to see a return to that in this one, or will there be a breakaway? We have seen Pulse do that before. They can completely dominate the pitch if they want to, but the players on the other side are no slouch, as Pads proves to us with that timely goal. Now, making the play herself, Mythra moving out of rotation. Pads is going to get the pass off the back wall and follow up with a nice bottom left corner shot. She's doing all the work here, trying to make sure her team moves on into the finals, and they have a great chance at it so far, having taken the lead. Now we have Pads again making a sole play on the ball. She gets the reset, tries for the doink into the net, but it is blocked, although the follow-up is not. Mythra able to sink it after Pads puts an enormous amount of pressure on the net. Both Nessa and Maggie going for the save, and Mythra is there as a cleanup crew to sweep that goal into the net. It is a 3-1 with just over 3 minutes remaining. Pulse looking so strong at the start. They made the comeback in game number 2, are now faltering under the pressure. That is a shot. Pads makes the save. Nessa cannot get there for the follow-up, and that is going to have to be back to the drawing boards for Pulse as they go on defense. Now that demo opens up a lot of space for them. makaylynn, she's moving it fast down the pitch, but the demo is going to stop it so far. That is a shot on net, and it does go in. Nessa able to bring us back within 1. And it is a beauty of a goal, just a beat to the aerial. Mythra not able to respond in time, and Pads having to watch as that slides past her. Pulse, they're fighting back. They're showing their teeth. They've got a little bit of bite left, and we are going to have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. That's a slow play in the corner. Pads circling, trying to keep the pressure on. Ninji gets a great 50-50, but that is ultimately going to move out in Maggie's possession. Now we have Pads intercept and cut into the midfield. She pops it high over the net. makaylynn defensively standing in the way, and that is going to be returning to corner play. Maggie making high pop. Pads is up for it. She's going to pop it into the center of the field. Nessa able to intercept, try to get it in the back wall, get a double tap, but it is going to go wide. Now we have Mythra taking it off the wall. It's going quick into center field, gets the reset, going for the pass out to the side. Pads is not ready to receive it yet, and we have a block from Pulse. That's going to be a slow play from Nessa. She gets Ninji demoed for her trouble from Ninji, but they remain on defense, standing strong. That's going to be a play upfield. Pulse, makaylynn putting a shot wide as it pops into the center. Maggie, quick follow-up. makaylynn with a 50 out into the side. Nessa hits it wide. Now we're running out of time here for the Pulse ladies. We have Pads wasting time in the back. Mythra going ahead for the bump. They're just playing possession right now, and that is all they have to do with a 1-goal lead. It is dangerous, but not impossible to run out the clock with this sort of lead. But Pulse are going to put an end to that with a great passing play on the right side of the field. We have Maggie chip pop to herself off the wall and into the middle for makaylynn to receive and put wide left. It looks like Pads may have been able to get a touch on that, but it did not come through on the server side, and it goes in for 3-all. That's a kickoff win from makaylynn. Pads ready to receive it in the back. Nessa is going to pop it into the corner for follow-up. That's going to be another touch into the middle. Maggie puts it high and wide of the net and follows up in the corner. makaylynn with another shot on net. Ninji is there to save it, though, with relative ease. Now we have a high pop off the back wall. Pads waiting patiently to clear it out into the middle, and Mythra there for the air dribble follow-up. That's going to be moving all the way towards net. Nessa makes the stop right in front of the box. That is a defensive clear from Maggie. makaylynn trying to follow up and relieve that pressure as we move down into the blue half. You can see Ninji high pop onto the wall, trying to communicate with Mythra, who is going to go when, but Pulse remain keeping the pressure on. They're going to keep moving offensively into the blue half, try to wear Meow Meow down, and we see a demo come through that opens up the defensive end as the players collide with each other off the respawn. makaylynn beat to the ball by Pads, and Nessa receives in the midfield. Now Pad, she has an opportunity. She can slice and dice when she wants to. Moving down the field, this is a final 10-second opportunity. Is any team going to come away with the last second goal, or are we going to move into overtime for this best of 3? Maggie says overtime it is and grounds it. Now we have 5 minutes to determine a winner. If the clock runs out, it will be decided by stats, but until then, golden goal rules, and Pulse are looking the weaker of the two off the kickoff. They're trapped under defense. Pads getting a pass out into the middle to herself, and that is going to be it. Within 15 seconds, Pulse have fallen to Meow Meow. Pads getting a great 50-50 in the corner and mussies it into the top of the net to take the winning goal. Well played. You can see Pads was an integral player of her team in this series, and they move on into the finals. Game number 1 in week 4 of the Women's Weekly Finals. We have Full Send versus Meow Meow. Now we just saw Meow Meow in the previous match going up against Pulse and managing to secure the victory in game number 3, but now we were going to see them up against the finals team, Full Send, of which is Snub, ashleigh, and dakri. Now, we're going to see the players' names differ a tiny bit from what is on screen, but oh my goodness, it looks like we're back to Ninjis. 3-squad Ninjis. And this is an absolutely horrendous server for the EU players. Unfortunately, looks like they're going to struggle a little bit on this, but they have persisted before, and I'm sure they will try to come away with the victory now. Now that we have entered the finals, though, we can talk about who is eligible to possibly take home the $50 bounty for getting their second tournament win. It is for certain going to be one, or I guess at least 2 of the players on the pitch right now as Snub scores an equalizing goal in the first minute. There's a lot of whiffs on the backboard from there, so oops, and a possible own goal ultimately, as we see Pat's sinking it off of her defensive touch. But so far on the pitch, we are going to have pretty much everybody but Ninji has an opportunity to take home the $50 prize if they secure the win today, and that is going to be nothing to scoff at for sure. I'm sure all the players are going to be trying their hardest to secure that money. And it looks like on the Full Send side, we've got the forward squad here. As ashleigh is the standout Fennec all by her lonesome, but Pads looking to make a play on the ball. She has returned to Ninji 2 and Mythra as Ninji 3. So we're going to see a little bit more trollage in this as we have started our first game. Now it looks like equal pressure on both sides. We're going to see a little bit of pressure retained from Meow Meow until it is given away to ashleigh in the midfield. dakri is going to make a lob on net, leaving it to ashleigh off the back wall. And that is going to be a follow-up from Snub. She's too quick to stop, and a second goal goes in for this final round squad in Full Send. And they are doing as their name suggests. They are full sending almost every possession that they have, and coming away victorious so far from it. That's going to be a bump on the cheating player. Full Send making sure they retain possession into the corner. ashleigh is going to get the 50 past 1. Both Ninjis extend for the clear, and that is going to be a high pop. dakri sinking that double touch as she does. Easy enough for her. A clear from both of the Ninjis leaves it wide open for her to pop off the back wall and put into the bottom left. Mythra left defenseless in net. There was just so much to try to cover that she could not manage to do so. 2-goal lead is pretty safe in 3v3, but it is commonly said that a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous type of lead because before you know it, you can hand that away. So full send, have to be careful here to not overextend and give away the 2 goals that they have earned so well in the first half of this game number 1. There's a demo on the back line. Snub is going to push forward anyway. She tries to outplay the whole team, but is unsuccessful. That is all right, though, as it goes right to a receiving dakri on the midfield. Now it's going to be ashleigh up quick. She pops it over 1, but it is wide of the net and safe for Mythra to clear out. There's going to be more touches. Snub making a defensive back pass and then a crazy goal line save, backflipping to clear it out to dakri waiting on the wall. Now she's going to play it herself all the way down the pitch. ashleigh was waiting close by to receive anything that might spill out as she keeps it in the corner. That's going to be Mythra bringing it down the field. A pinch means it pops out into the corner. 4 pads to try to receive. It gets past pads. It gets past Ninji, and Mythra has to stand strong in the back line. That's going to be a demo on the receiving player in the midfield, leaving full send with a tiny bit of space to work with here, but Ninji quickly closes it down. That's going to be a call off from dakri to ashleigh, and it moves to the back wall. ashleigh with a pop out into the center, throws Snub off as she has to go back quickly into retreat, and Ninji comes away with a touch in the center. Now we have ashleigh awkward in defense. She's going to make the stop so far, but that is a wide clear. Snub having to make the quick turn and adjust to stop that ball from going in, cutting their lead in half. As ashleigh misreading that, and it is going to go out to Snub in the middle. She delays and leaves it open for dakri to pass back into the center as we move down the line. It's Snub showing her speed, showing her superiority in this Mustang right now, trying to outplay everybody on the Meow Meow end of the pitch, and so far being successful. Mythra has something to say about it, though, as she moves it into the corner. Ninji pinching it the incorrect direction, going away from the net, and Paz is going to have to try to dive in to make up ground. This Meow Meow squad, they're running out of time to bring this game back. With just 10 seconds remaining, we're going to see the timer count down and their opportunities dwindle. Now we have pads on the wall. Ninji tries to follow up with 1 second remaining. It would just be a save face goal, but they are not even going to get that as full send take game number 1. Game 2, full send have a 1-game advantage in this finals matchup, and Meow Meow are going to have to try to play from behind for the first time in this tournament life. We're going to see Ash putting on the pressure. Clear going down to dakri with a high lob onto the back wall. Paz is going to play it slowly into the corner, trying to get past 1, but the ball goes back to mid. There you go, Snub intercepting in the middle. She gets to clear out into the corner. Paz standing on the back wall, ready to defend. It's going to be a clear all the way back into the center. Ash getting the clear, and Snub is going to try to turn on it, make a play, pop it into the center. dakri's all the way already up for it, but she does not connect with the ball. Now we have ashleigh trying to outplay multiple of the Meow Meow squad in the corner. Ninji is actually going to fake that and send a full send player flying as she turns off the ball. That's going to be Pads to receive it. She plays the pass 1, tries to get it back out into the middle. That is a shot wide. Ninji trying to follow up on it, but it is not going to come away successful. Now we have Snub going the other direction, and she just muscles it into the goal. Says, to heck with all of this fancy cutting and dribbling. I am just going to bring it up into the air and stand right behind the ball, forcing it into the net. Full send taking no prisoners in game number 2 as they take the lead early, 1-0. Now I have Ninji missing a touch in the back. That was actually Mythra. It gets confusing to cast all these players at times, but we continue on. Ninji for real, the original, real and true, making a play into the center, and Pads is going to delay on the side wall. Now we have a touch out into the middle. That is a free ball, moving it to the corner. Ninji taking her time off the back wall. It is a 50 that almost goes into the net, but it's just wide as it moves back into the blue. And we have Pads trying to bring it all the way. She's been such a savior for her team so far, but she cannot make anything of it. There's only so much one can do on the pitch of 3v3. That's going to be Mythra moving it into the middle. Gets a touch, but Snub waiting there to hit it wide, and that is a shot on net from Dakri. Demo leaves the play open in the midfield. Dakri trying to receive the ball. Snub comes flying in from her recent respawn. Pass it into the middle. She even bumps the player out of the way. Ash able to get there in time off of her rotation to make use of Snub's pass and clear of the player. Ashleigh placing that perfectly high so Pads cannot get enough of a touch on it to clear it out. And with the momentum that they're currently carrying, it looks like Full Send are aiming to clear this game in a sweep. Wrap it up nice and quick, send Meow Meow packing, but Pads has an argument for that. You can see she went still after her miss, and maybe there might be a little bit of mental defeat on that side of the pitch as Pads, she cannot make the goal happen, and none of her teammates are there to follow up. Now we have a clear back down into the other end. Snub is up early to try to receive the pass from Dakri in the corner, but it's going to be a long clear out from Mythra, sinking into the net to bring back the lead to just 1 against them. It's a fast touch in the back. It's Ninji squad, the full Ninji squad, doing their best to bring it back to even. Now we have Pads, slow play off the corner. She gets the ground double touch. Mythra up in support, but she cannot make anything of it. And now that's going to be a clear out into the corner. Pads almost assisting Full Send with their 3rd goal of the 2nd game. The demo on the back opens up some room. Pads able to pre-jump that double touch, read where it was going to go, and stop the play from happening. Now we have Mythra down the other end, moving it through the corner. It only goes as far as Dakri, though, as she goes for the tight angle double tap. Snub is there with her, but nothing comes of it so far. That's going to be Mythra. Outplay 1. Ninji, quick follow-up, trying to get into the corner, but she is demoed, and that will mean that Mythra has to go on the defensive. That's a free ball. Ninji having to make the right touch. She even gets a 50, and she does save her team for now. Ashleigh trying to argue with that, passing it back out into the middle, but running out of boost for her play. She's going to pick up the mid boost. She has plenty of time on the ball. She got it up in the air. Pop towards the center. Pads has to make the save. Snub's shot goes wide. And the return also wide off the post. Mythra able to clear it downfield. Ashleigh up. High lob off the backboard. She can get the double, but she misses it. Snub went absolutely standstill, waiting to see if she made the touch, probably having full faith in her, even though it was not executed as such. And we have Pads clear out to the middle. Both Dakri and Snub are going to pounce on that, trying to get a shot on net. We have the final 10 seconds, and Meow Meow looking like they're practically locked into their back half. Full Send, complete dominance as they put in a 3rd with only 3 seconds remaining. It's pretty much locked out now. Meow Meow have no chance to bring it back in this 2nd game. If they want to take the win for week 4, they are going to have to do it in a reverse sweep. Game number 3, DFH Stadium is going to show us whether we have a game on our hands or whether this is going to be closed out in 3 in favor of Full Send. Now, they've had the pressure this whole time. Bunch of gallant saves from Full Send, and it looks like Meow Meow just don't know what to do with it, as a high pop on net is going to be saved away yet again. Dakri with the quick follow-up, forcing Mythra to pop one high. Now, what can Meow Meow do to overcome this pressure in the middle? Well, they can secure goals like that. Oh my goodness, finally Mythra coming through, putting it in for her team. But you could see even there, even with an almost guaranteed goal, Snub is back in time to make the stop on the first attempt. She is proving to be quite the nuisance for this Meow Meow squad as she stands strong on her goal line, making multiple stops, multiple heroic saves, and Meow Meow are going to have to give everything they have to try to come away victorious. And that is just for this game. They would still have to take another 2 following that to be able to walk away with the bounties for the month of June. But full send, they're not going to make it easy on them. They're going to give them a fight the whole way and, you know, work off these beautiful passing plays and outplays, solo plays, to give them a run for their money. Now, keep in mind that Meow Meow also have 2 players that are working off of pretty high ping as it is. A 120 and 130 is pretty difficult in the world of Rocket League where everything is so fast-paced, but they are doing their best to come through. We can see our player, our star player on Meow Meow, Pads. She has come through multiple times to no avail for her team. Can she do it in this game number 3? There's a great passing play from Full Send as we finish that. Dakri taking it slowly into the midfield, getting it past 1 and handing it off to Snub, who puts the shot on the far right side of the net. She knew that the momentum for the defender was working in the other direction, and perfect placement was required for that to go through. Now we have a 1-all ball game moving into the final 3 minutes. That is going to be another goal for Meow Meow. They're fighting back, and Ninji with the sink. Now it's going to be Mythra popping off the top of the net, Ninji putting it perfectly center, and ashleigh going for the in and out save, caught unawares in net as she was not able to make the stop. Meow Meow, for the first time, they have the advantage. It's going to be a slight miss from Ninji. She pops it into the middle, Snub there to receive it, and it goes off of the back wall. Lucky for Ninji, otherwise that would have basically been a play of her own manifestation against her team. Not Snub with a quick touch over the net. Her flick goes wide, and that leaves Mythra to bring it down the line. This will be Snub. She intercepts again. That pass goes out into the middle. Dakri using all of her boosts to try to make the stop. Ninji is going to take it into the corner. Lots of clear from Snub. Trying to follow it up with a 50-50. Pads only gets stopped by ashleigh as she moves back to the other end. Mythra able to make the stop. Heroic save on the goal line. And now we see Meow Meow under pressure once again. This is a familiar situation for them. They've been here many times before. And Full Send are just going to keep lobbing shots on net until they can no longer take it. Mythra handling it beautifully though right now, keeping possession, trying to keep the ball away from the opposing players, and continues to do so as she moves to the right side of the field. Just going to take a 50-50 with Snub. Pads following up against that as we move into the midfield once again. Dakri, she goes for that tight angle shot out of the corner. That's going to be Pads alone in defense. Tries to get it past Snub. She does manage to do so, but Dakri speeding back in time to make the stop. And it is once again Full Send possession and a beautiful handoff to Dakri from ashleigh. Looks like Mythra just not maintaining possession for one time in this entire game. And she is punished for it as her teammates were not back to make the stop. It's an even game. Once again, Full Send have brought it back and are looking to close it out in 3. Meow Meow, what do they have to say about it? Mythra almost letting the 50-50 go in. Ninji with another pop above the net, but Snub up in time to clear it away. It's going to be a ball moving down the field. Mythra still upfield to receive it, but Dakri is going to bide her time and wait for the easy clear. Now you have Mythra off the back wall, missing her touch. Pads having to get up and save it. It's a follow-up touch from Ninji into the side wall, going all the way back into the blue corner. Pads making her way out into the middle. Snub defensively popping it up above her backboard. And now we have a double commit. That's an easy shot on net for Ashleigh to clear away though, and Pads is going to have to do a similar play, placing it onto her back wall to try to keep it out of harm's way. Now free ball in the middle, Mythra putting it high, going for the double. She doesn't connect, and Ninji is going to have to take it safely into the corner. Snub stealing possession away, brings it out into the midfield, and Dakri and Pads fight for possession. It's going to go to Pads, but Ashleigh clearing it away. Again, there are very little players back on the side of Meow Meow. They're going to have to scramble in defense, and we have the final 10 seconds. Will Meow Meow be able to take this game before overtime, or will we move out of regulation? There's a shot attempt on net, but Snub easily able to save it away. If it was not a 0-second game, that might have gone in, but as it stands, Meow Meow find themselves in overtime, having to defend off the kickoff. It's going to be Pads in defense once again. Dakri putting a shot wide, and Ninji able to make the fast clear into the corner, but Snub, she's going to play it slow. She takes a 50-50 with one player. It goes out to Mythra. Free ball into the middle. Ashleigh is up quickly on defense, and now it's Pads retreating all the way into the back. She's got to play safe in this overtime. One mistake could cost them, and that is the tournament win for Full Send. Now Snub playing it out of her back corner. She gets a pass too. Players are trying to put physical pressure on her. The save just barely comes through, and Meow Meow come away with one of their 9 lives for this run. Now we have Pads, slow play into the middle, carting it off down for her teammate to receive. That's going to be a fast shot. Mythra up for the save. Well done on a 120 ping to be as reactive as she was. Now it's going to be moving back into the blue half. Just pinged wide by Snub. Otherwise, that might have been in the net. Dakri trying to pinch on net. Ninji making the defensive save, and Mythra turning out to assist. That's going to be 2 players from Meow Meow up. Their last player was demoed, so she's going to be low and in the back trying to defend against this push. That is a final touch from Snub, and that will close it out. It looks like Meow Meow have fallen in 3 to Full Send, and Snub is going to secure it for her team. Beautifully played. They just went in, got business done, and cleared it out. That is all 3 players, Snub, Dakri, and Ashleigh, securing $50 each for the month of June. Now that is going to do it for the month of June. Congrats again to our winners of Snub, Dakri, and Ashleigh as they walk away with $50 each to their name for securing 2 tournament wins in the month of June. Now we are going to move into July with a refreshed bounty set and see who is going to come away victorious for another month. But for now, that is going to do it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one.